All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monday night's coverage of the opening season of the F3 series with Sim Race South Africa. It's Alan Patterson in the booth, and I'm joined tonight with my good friend Sas van der Westhuizen. Sas, how are you, sir?
Hello, Alan. Hello, everybody. Looking forward to seeing some good racing again tonight.
Yes, exactly. And the beginning of the season with the awesome F3 series, a whole bunch of new cars, a whole bunch of new drivers, a whole bunch of new point. Just going through the final practice sessions as they are finishing free practice, and we're about to start quali, and we are at Road America for this the first round.
It's going to be an interesting race, I think. This is a very interesting track. I'm sure when you play the lap guide a bit later, people will see, for those who aren't familiar with it, it's a bit of a tight circuit, but it's got some nice, really quick, high-speed corners
Exactly.
with some technical slow ones in there as well.
Yep, it's definitely a driver's track. It is a very, very popular track internationally. They've raced at this track for decades, from the 50s and 60s Group C cars as well, and they've raced Indy cars here, a whole bunch of different types of cars. The track makes for a very interesting racing track. 22, it looks like we've got a full house tonight. 22 full entries for Division A. And I tell you what, I was watching closely the HLQ results as they happened, and by Sunday night, the amount of new names on the board was astounding. How many new people are here?
Yeah, it's just absolutely staggering. I was going into this season thinking, yes, I'll finally be able to kinda run in Div 1, only to have my dreams dashed by how quick all of the new people are.
Exactly.
I didn't go through the list extensively, but I think there are some peeps from Sim Race Africa there. They've proved to be quite quick in the BTCC series as well, and then just a whole host of other names that it's almost like they just came out of the woodwork and they're dominating already.
Yeah, no, it's true. Look, also welcome to the majority of the new guys, besides a lot of people that have been found on the Grid Finder app, but most of the guys, if not all of them, from Sim Race Africa have come across to race in all our leagues. So great welcome to all of them, and they're all insanely quick already. So a whole lot of our locals and quick drivers are kind of holding their breath to see where they're going to finish overall, because there's a lot of quick talent coming across from the other leagues, and these guys are very competent in these F3 cars.
Oh yes, they're definitely very competent. It takes a while. I can't remember who was it. Waldo Swiggers was mentioning like he doesn't get how an aero car can just brake to a dead stop in in less than 200 meters. But it takes a bit of getting used to. But I think once you've gotten used to it, and if you really enjoy driving these types of cars, it's such a blast to go at a corner and just really go out all out with attacking it.
Look, I found I've seen some of the F1 games, and they're overly exaggerated quick, but then again they might be very close to the real thing. I don't know, they look a little bit too fast forwardish, but these look ideal. If you're in cockpit and you driving this car, it's things happen a lot quicker than the GT3 cars, and it just looks very it looks good, and you get a huge sense of speed because you're so flat and down in the car,
Yeah. Alan, before we continue,
Yes.
I just got a ping from Ryan. He's asking if we can turn up the game sound a smidge. Sounds like we're talking over silence.
All right, stand by. I did turn that down so it didn't drown out you.
Our voices.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to just chat when you talk.
I'll continue chatting. Just looking in terms of tonight's race, I'm thinking that the turn 1 might be a bit of a make or break situation. I'm not trying to jinx it just yet. I'll touch my desk this side. but it's a corner that's quite forgiving with the amount of runoff on the outside, and you can still do a valid lap by running quite wide.
Yeah.
And that might cause people to run wide and then cut back in. So hopefully that doesn't cause pileups of immense proportions. Luckily, we did see with BTCC, like Div 1 kept it nice and clean. So I'm holding thumbs for a nice and clean getaway tonight on the F3 cars.
Yeah, there you can see on the screen the track map for tonight. So I was talking about turn 1, which is at the end of that long straight, and it is you've got to have a well set up car to hammer that corner. Turn 3 is turn 2 is not really a turn, but anyway. The big braking points for these cars is turn 5 at the end of the back straight down Moraine Sweep, and then turn 8 just before you get onto the huge right-hander carousel. The rest of them are mid-gear, pretty fast corners. Also going to just cover the weather while we can to get it over and out the way. 22 degrees Celsius, so as you can see it's pretty grey. It's overcast, scattered clouds, low temps of 27.3, high of 29s, and ambient 21 and 23. So should produce a very fast race for these guys.
Yes, I'm still hoping one day that it will be possible for a wet race. But for now, limits of the sim, we can only get as close to overcast races.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so as usual, want to say how's it to a bunch of people on the YouTube channel, but firstly to Mr. Jason Holden Jones, who has just become, in the past 12 hours, a new dad. So congratulations to you, sir, and many hope everything goes very well with the newborn girl. Ryan Hill, Zander Klingen, Jude Stewart, Mike McGear, George G-Max. How are you, buddy? I haven't spoken to you since last year. Martin Jubez there, Jeffrey Carr, Wezer, Jan Spammers is online, everyone's here. Josh Kotzer, Tommy Leary Moss, etc, etc. Welcome to the YouTube channel as we just get our feet down and settled and we get going in the first round of F3s.
Yes, looking forward to it. Hoping to see some more chat engagement there. Alan, how are the tires looking?
Right.
I haven't quite looked at that yet.
So right now at the moment 90% of the field is on softs. There are about 7 cars on mediums, which includes Philip Minot, currently at the top of the grid with a 49.6. Lawrence Sterner in 10th and Corne Brett in 11th are also on mediums, as is Raymond Duggan and Matthew Boy and Ryan de Azevedo. Everyone else is on softs right now, so they're all trying to get maximum amount of grip for the qualification run.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult to hook up the tires, and they get really hot by the end of the lap. So it's interesting seeing some mediums out there also punching right at the front of the field.
Yes, we'll see what changes in the race just now. 7.5 minutes to go. Before we go too deep into this, we're going to do our usual on-track video, and this week is sponsored by or supplied by Philip Minot, who is currently in second place on the timing grid. So we're going to jump across and watch that video of a lap around Road America.
Here at Road America, American track with Ashton and Wright. Coming down the main straight, turning, looking to top out closer to 69, riding the understeer and oversteer through turn 1 as you oversteer out of the corner and understeer into, braking at the last marker, eating all of this inside curve, and then looking for the best exit possible now onto Moraine Sweep, the second fastest part of the track. Looking to top out close to 272. So a good overtaking opportunity here down to T3, and then braking right before we hit that exit curve to our right, using all of this exit curve here, turn 5, coming up to Corvette, braking at the dark patch in the asphalt, braking on the dark patch in the asphalt, noticing a lot of inside nor outside curve, not using all of these curbs, as they will kill you instantly. Braking at the second last marker here for turn 8, not using a lot of inside curb there as well, as it will instantly kill you. Coming down the carousel, fun corner this, super windy flat out corner here, hard to follow through in dirty air, especially in a pack of 3 or 4. Coming down the kink, easy flat, straightening out our line to not waste time wherever we can. Coming down to Canada corner here, braking at the second last marker, 200 yards. Turning in and riding this understeer, not using a lot of inside curb but using all of the exit curb. Coming up to Bill Mitchell, easy flat, use a bit of this exit asphalt here. Braking where the asphalt changes color, and then not using inside curb but using all of this outside curb, as it is important to get the best exit towards the start finish straight. And across the line we go for a 49.293.
Thanks, Philip, for that video. It shows a very smooth line to get around the track, and yet it's still a very quick lap. So I think that's what all of these guys say. Smooth is fast. Sass?
Slow is smooth.
Slow is smooth.
Is fast.
There we go.
There is a point of no where the investment isn't worth it, but it's usually the case where if you're not being smooth with your inputs, it can unsettle the car and really cost you lap time.
Gotcha. Cool. We're currently on board with Ryan Skywalker as he's attempting to go quicker. He is currently 1.5 tenths up as he comes down to turn 5. Here, a very enthusiastic crowd here on my left in the grandstands. Yellow flags flashing here just past Corvette Bridge, so there's possibly somebody out, and he runs very deep there and has thrown away a lot of time.
Yeah.
I think he lifted because of the yellow, and he's given up on this lap. So Ryan Skywalker currently a 1:49.5, which is that's an amazing time. Do I have that screenshot? I do. So I took a screen grab of HLQ's official final results, and we had Brandon Kruger on a 1:48.9.
Yes.
Where is he? He's not even here yet.
I'm not seeing him.
So I think it says he's on an outlap. I don't know if he's actually on the server or not. I think he's the one who hasn't made it, although he qualified in pole. Ryan Skywalker was second quickest with a 1:49.1, and he is on a 1:49.5. So 4 tenths off his time as he comes up over the start finish straight now. We'll see if he's going to start another quick lap now with just under 3 minutes to go. And great to have a Mr. Jason Absmeyer back with us here at SimRace South Africa, White Rabbit Racing. Jason's been here and there and racing on a couple of other leagues for a while, and he's now back and has put down some showing his determination here. Currently third quickest, a 1:49.6, and within striking distance of the front row of the grid. Currently watching him as he goes through turn 1, a little wide, but he's pretty close to his bubble on his delta. The liveries this year look fantastic, Sass. Don't think Sass is with me anymore, or have I dropped off the system? It's a 1:49. No, I think I'm there. I think Sass has got a microphone problem. Oh, Brandon Kruger's just messaged us. He's just got load shedding. So, unfortunately, the man who top qualified in HLQ has been hit by our famous Eskom load shedding. So, sorry, Brandon. And I think I know that Sus was going to have load shedding happen at 8 o'clock. So he was doing a stress test on his equipment, but it looks like he's gone completely.
I'm back.
Oh, he's back. Here he is.
My stress test is failing because the automatic switch over completely failed. I just saw everything go dark, including my computer.
I'm just going to keep quiet here and just faceplant. Right, so Jason, 1/10 up as he goes around, finishing the bottom of Sector 2 into Sector 3, going through Thunder Valley as it's known. And he's 1.5 tenths up on his delta here. Now 1.5 tenths, he's currently in fourth. A 149.6 will put him very close to the front row of the grid with Nick Hodgson and possibly ahead of Philip Minnaar. He just dropped about a tenth through the last corner as he goes over the line now. And he does go into second place, so great drive there from Jason. Jacques Minnaar last year, BWR, was very quick around the track and currently fifth place, 149.6. Ruben Kruger in sixth place, currently sitting in the pits, just waiting for a gap possibly with 15 seconds to go. We try and find somebody who's on a quick lap here. Gero Pretorius, he's quite far down. Adrian Null was quick in unofficial practice. He's very close to his delta, 3/10 off. Wes on YouTube shouting also for Jason Abbs and front row. George, did you enjoy the game farm or the what do they call them? The safari? Let us know. Where's the SA? I've just worked it out. It's Wesley Hampson, is it not, sir?
Oh, yes, that might be.
Alrighty, I've got it. Right, Adrian Null on his bubble as he goes around the carousel. Pretty much dead even at this moment in time. So can he make up any time from here? Currently in 10th. It's coming down to the last three corners basically. Jude Stewart, youngster, go-kart driver, racer extraordinaire on YouTube shouting whose money's on who for the win tonight. Ryan shouting for Mr. Skywalker because the force is strong with that one.
Indeed, I think I might put my money on Mr. Skywalker. Although
Adrian Null, gosh, he went 1/10 up through the last corner and he's lost it all as he gets to the line. So that puts paid to that lap. Gideon Renner, no, he's also cancelled his lap. I think that's it. So Ryan Skywalker and Philip Minnaar on the front row. That must have been a last blast to pip Jason Abbs and Nick Hodgson down to second row. Good man, here we go. We're ready for this, people. Let's just wait. We're going to go for a quick ad break, seeing that we got these 2-minute breaks. So sit tight. All right, we're back with you with 30 seconds to go. Fields on the grid. Skywalker with Minnaar, front row. Absmar with Hodgson, second row. Jacques Buerter with Ruben Kruger, third row. This is the strongest F3 grid I've seen in a very long time.
yeah, it's going to be exciting seeing what tonight's race can bring. I'm
Six
still
lights.
just holding 6 lights.
Yes. Go, Sass,
All
go.
red. And away they go. Ooh. Somebody doesn't get away. That's Jason
It's
Absmeyer.
Jason Abbs.
Unable to pull away. They're going side by side. Who's that in the point blank livery pulling off the road? But they're getting through T1.
Oh, Philip goes through. That's Nick going deep into third. So Philip makes it to third. Skywalker second. Oh, there's a drama at the back of the grid.
It looked like Jason Absmeyer running into the back of somebody.
Okay, get it. Everyone must get sorted.
Can they get going?
Abs is stone last, wherever he is. I'm not going to go and look for him. We're watching these guys come down to turn 3, turn 4. And Van Niekerk and Kruger are next to each other, the teammates. So, some good team work happening there, so they're on their way. Minnow leads from Skywalker, from Hodgson in 3rd place.
Minnow looks like he had an absolute flyer of a getaway from that start.
He did. Ryan was a little bit napping there, but he's into 2nd. Nick close up behind them in 3rd, with Van Niekerk and Kruger 4th and 5th. Jason Apps is going. He's in 19th. It'll be a little bit of damage somewhere, but he can drive around that, so we're going to watch his drive back happen.
Yeah, that's going to be. He's definitely fast, so I'm quite excited to see what happens there. How much he can.
Look at this!
can
Look at
drive
this!
back.
Skywalker looking around the outside of Minnow. Skywalker going around the outside of Minnow. Now got the
He makes it
inside.
stick,
Oh, what an overtake!
but the main straight is still coming. You
It is.
can catch a really good draft down here.
Oh, Nick!
Philip runs quite wide, but he is. Oh no, he's now within half a second.
Look at
That's
the
not going
pass.
to be enough.
Nick had to lift, and I tell you what, Van Niekerk's just breezed past Nick. He's pulled back into the slipstream behind him, and Kruger's also looking to get past.
There's definitely a lot that the slipstream can do for you.
Nick, deep around turn 1, hanging on. 1 and 2, Skywalker from Minnow. Hodgson 3rd for Point Blank. 4th, Van Niekerk and Kruger. I don't have all the team names here, so you might have to help a bit with the team names, Sus.
I'll have to go and find them quickly.
Let's go and look further back what's going on. Pillai's in the pits. Absmeyer up into 17th. Randa Azevedo back here in 11th place.
Ooh, Nick is on the outside.
Oh, they're 3 abreast.
They're 3 abreast there for a moment.
There's
and there's
contact.
just the slightest bit of contact.
Okay, Nick held on to that. Unfortunately, I think it's Van Niekerk who's turned around. So he's going to get himself sorted and get going. Van Niekerk is going in 9th place. But 1 and 2 have gapped it.
While you follow the action, I'll quickly go and find some of the team compositions here.
Cornet Brett just behind Mike LaRue. This is 6th, 7th and 8th. LaRue, Brett and Duggan. And these 3 are all close and going hammer and tongs at it. Let's go and look a little bit further back. Jason Apps in 17th. White Rabbit Racing. And looking at the back of Ronald Childs as he goes through Carousel.
So Van Niekerk is in a team called LLC Racing.
That's it. LLC Racing. So it's Van Niekerk and Boerta, I think. Kruger.
It's Hein Van Niekerk, Ruben Creer, Ryan Skywalker,
Yep.
and there's another. I don't think they
Okay,
qualified.
but
for
it's
this
Ruben
one.
Creer or Kruger in 4th place.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, he comes. He's all on his own now, just behind Nick. Okay, positions changing. 11th, 12th. That's Lawrence Sterner for Odin Racing. And there's 4 cars here coming into turn 1. Oh,
Good luck,
Lawrence,
Odin
where are we
Racing.
going?
Sure.
Ooh, hang on to it,
Keeping
people.
it together.
Wow.
Well
And
done.
Skuman takes avoidable action down the inside and goes past Lawrence Sterner, and here comes Lawrence just cruises back past him, carrying the momentum through turn 3. So it's all happening.
Turn 3 is a difficult one to hook up.
It is.
If you're not trail braking enough, you lose so much speed just trying to get the car to turn in.
Quinten Janssen van Rensburg piling into turn 4, 5, managing to get it turned and go in. And Jason Absmeyer up into 16th already. So he's busy driving back.
Definitely making some good progress. He'll be on Matthew Boy's tail really soon.
Yeah. This is the closest race at the moment on the track. Lawrence Sterner. And he's having a huge race with Marius Skuman.
While he's trying to catch up and gain back the positions that he lost. It's no easy task. There's a lot of quick sweeping corners. There's
100%.
not much room for error in that. And then on the slow ones, if you get your braking marker wrong, it can cost you.
It can.
Skuman using that draft to get right alongside Lawrence Sterner.
Lawrence positioning his car right down the middle of the track, so there was nothing that Skuman could do to come past there.
You can see Sterner is an old hand at it.
Yeah.
At this, he's defending smartly. He did have to work hard the previous lap in turn 1, having to defend against like 3 cars.
Jumping forward to Minnar. Minnar is caught up to the back of Ryan Skywalker. This gap half a second.
Ooh. And
So-
they're going down a nice straight, so maybe he can pull that even
Exactly.
closer.
On the YouTube, George G-Max saying looked like there might have been at least Ryan saying looks like Jason possibly stalled on the grid and then got hit from behind, which kind of put him into the bunch going into turn 1, and that's where he got into a huge coming together. But everyone's got settled and going. Let's see what he can do from here.
Yeah, no, I'm not 100% sure how you stall these cars. You basically pin the throttle and then shift into first to pull away.
Okay.
But okay, he might be using a manual clutch, in which case he could have well stalled it.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but anyway. Right. Skuman and Janse van Rensburg, position change back here. This is these guys are part of the BWR, aren't they?
Ooh, Janse van Rensburg running extremely wide. That's not going to bode well for him in the next corner. And
Marius Skuman
gets
goes
past.
right around the outside. Yeah, it's Raptors and one of the other teams, Vipers, I think.
We'll have to have a close look at the side of the car. My camera is just not switching so that I can see. They have little pictures of the animals that they're named for.
Right at the back, Gerard Pretorius in 21st, and he's just gone past Timothy Pillay, I think it is. No, it's not Timothy Pillay.
That's Matthew Boy. I think he is
No
unlapping
ways.
himself.
Matthew
Might
Boy.
have had a-
I've got Matthew in 15th. What is
Yes,
actually
Matthew
going
is
on
in
here?
15th. So
Oh,
Pillay,
I'm not too sure what the timing system's doing.
no, Pretorius is a minute and 18 seconds behind
Okay.
Pillay.
So Pillay, and I saw him going to the pits. Gerard Pretorius must have also had a pit. So, okay, let's
That's
go back to the
probably
front.
what
Look here. They're next to each other.
Ooh. That's close. I'm sure these two are loving the battle.
And Duggan and Kruger, position change for 6th and 7th, but we're going to stay with the leaders for now.
Manar is really keeping it right behind, and if he can keep that close through the next sweeping section, that will leave him. Ooh, Ryan just
Did you
loses
see
it.
that? Gosh, he was all sideways. Minard did well to avoid driving into the back of him there.
Definitely. Now it's all about Minard. Oh, he just
Yeah, he's
loses
gone
the gap.
wide.
Maybe he gets the drive, but if he can get into the slipstream, that will put him in a favorable position for the next big corner that's bound to come.
Yeah.
I just think he was out of reach. That bit of a slide, yeah, he had to lift to prevent from driving straight off the track.
And on YouTube, welcome to Alaric Enslin, who's also here for support for White Rabbit, Jason Abs. Jason now up into 16th after having a bad start, getting stuck on the grid somehow and getting hit from behind, but he's rolling, and we're going to watch.
Right on the tail of Matthew Boy now.
Let's go and have a look. Oh, he's going past. He's
Going on the inside.
down the inside, down the long back straight and into Canada corner,
corner.
and the pass gets made. So great drive coming back here from Jason, doing well. Up into 15th. Next up the road's Quinton Janse van Rensburg.
Yeah, there's a bit of an air gap that he now has to make up, but judging by how quickly he caught up to Matthew Boy, I'm expecting him to get to Quinton quite quickly.
Yeah, I'd also have to say Matthews must be carrying a pile of damage because he's not normally this slow.
Yeah, he's. I did see him getting quite a bad bump at the start of the race, so he opted to stay out. Although I'm not sure if that might be worth it. If I was him, I might go and pit now to fix the damage.
To fix it and refuel.
Yeah, refuel and run to the end of the race.
I'll give you a quick update on the field as we're watching Ruben Kruger behind LaRue. Ryan Skywalker, Philip Minnar, Hodgson and Buerta, the top 4 on mediums. Mike LaRue in 5th place on softs. Gosh.
Ooh, that's brave.
Exactly. Then everyone else on mediums down to Gideon Renner in 11th place, also on softs. Marius Skuman on softs. Quinten Janse van Rensburg on softs. Jason Abbs mediums. Matthew Boy mediums. Then 4 cars on softs. Timothy Pillay on mediums. Gerard Pretoria softs. So bit of a mix there. Guys are brave to be out there on softs, or they're having an early pit stop.
I'm expecting an early pit stop. If I were running softs, I would maybe go in around the 30-minute mark. But these tires fall off so quickly and they get so hot. It's really difficult to keep them in that nice operating window.
Watch Ruben Kruger here. Yep, sixth place. He's going to draft up the straight, and we'll see him fly by LaRue at the end of the straight, I'm sure.
LaRue doesn't go and defend yet. Maybe he's feeling more comfortable on the outside of this corner, but that does mean he needs to be careful of turning into. But Kruger,
it's done, man.
Oh no, he makes a beautiful pass even before getting to the turn.
Exactly. It's always going to happen. Guys are running very strange lines coming out of turn 1 in the background there. But right, Ruben Kruger goes up. Corné Breet and Van Niekerk position change. What's going on with Van Niekerk? He's had a drama somewhere here.
And Matthew Boy is in the pits.
Matthew Boy is in the pits.
Yeah, he's in the pits now.
He's doing a fix. He's probably too slow. He's just pulled into the pit, so he's going to do a repair now and then run.
Missed the pit box.
Did he?
Yes.
Okay, we're seeing him now. He's in. I don't want to watch him in the pits though. There's a lot of stuff going on. Nick Hodgson, he is 8 tenths, 9 tenths back off the back of Minon, hanging on for 3rd place. Abs up into 14th now. Jeez, Jason's flying. It's past 2 cars.
Oh, okay, Matthew is out on mediums. Looking
from the top at Nicholas Hodgson as he comes down on the end of the long back straight. Quick line through that third last corner.
Looks like he's catching up to Minard now.
Yeah, that gap's down to 8 tenths now. But Minard's also in. Yeah?
This must be tire degradation because the Minard is on softs. And I think you mentioned Skywalker being on mediums?
No, everyone's on mediums. The first soft tire is Mike LaRue.
Oh.
Yeah.
The tires looked very red on my side.
Well, that's what our timing thing's saying. Possibly there could be something on the graphic, but Minard, did you say? Philip Minard. Let's just look at those tire walls. They are red. No, it's yellow tire walls, but it's a red rim.
It's the rim that caught me out.
Okay. Sass, you fired. Abs up into 13th. The man is going. Gideon Renner goes into the pits. So Jason now up into 13th on his drive back.
Yeah, it looks like the guys running soft tires, they're starting to pit now, getting ready to improve there. 30 minutes left on the clock, so that's about the mark where I would have said it's a good choice to go.
I'll tell you what, Philip Minard is on the back of Ryan Skywalker. If Ryan gets a little bit of a tank slap or a sideways move, Philip's there. And Nick Hodgson's not that far back either. So these 3 guys, one little mistake's going to drop you 3, 4, 5 places. Look at the timing back to Kruger. They're only 1.6 seconds apart from first down to 4th.
They must be white knuckling their steering.
They must be. I agree.
Going.
This has to be a very stressful drive for these guys. Going to go on board quickly with Nick Hodgson.
Nick is doing well to keep ahead of Jock Huerta there.
Yeah, you can see the huge momentum going through the last corner onto the start-finish straight. Nick took that corner in 3rd. 1.1 down on his delta at the moment, and does a 150.5. Skywalker 150.3, Minard 150.4. So these guys are all close. That's almost flat out around turn 1, eh?
The way I hooked it up was just downshifting to 4th, but I think you can do it in 5th.
Okay.
You just need a quick tap on the brakes, get the tires digging into the ground, and then turn in.
We just caught Jason Abbs, and Janse van Rensburg just took a huge 4-wheel slide in front of him off the track on the last corner.
But Jason is getting closer to to having at least a top 10 finish, but there's also still a lot of the race to go.
Yeah. Adrian Null into the pits now, and he's on softs, so he's obviously on fire, and he's going to change over. I'm not watching what they change into, but at the moment the highest placed guy on softs is Mike LaRue, and he's now crawling on the track, so I think he's just had a spin and turn around. He drops from 7th to 8th very slow as Corne Briet goes past him. So definitely...
Interesting to note, I could have sworn I saw Quinten Janssen van Rensburg going into pits, but he's come out with softs again,
yes,
unless he might have had a penalty.
Maybe it was a drive-through, Sess.
I'm quickly going to try and see if I can find that.
I don't know how you'll see that now, buddy, unless we followed him through the pits, but we can't give you records of them at the moment.
Oh, I can look at the chat record. I'm not seeing anything mentioning a drive-through. Do see some cuts being registered, but we'll have to wait and see if some people do actually go.
Sass, if you watch this from a TV camera perspective, first to fourth place is in one frame now. All 4 leaders are right here on the main straight.
That is good close racing.
It is. But these guys, as you said, white knuckle driving. Anybody who makes a mistake here, they're going to be losing 2-3 points. And Minot closes in. He's only 5/10 off the back of Ryan Skywalker now.
Yeah, he's been concertinaing that gap quite this whole race between 1 second and 0.2 seconds.
Ruben Kruger goes into the pits from 7th. He's one of the. Minot. Ryan runs deep under braking. Minot's on the inside.
Keeps it together. Minot is
he's going around.
Pulling ahead.
He's got him.
He's got him. But with Minot, with Skywalker so close, he can now sit in the draft on this long right-hander, as well as the straight that follows after, and get that position.
And Nick is going to get a double draft off both of these guys as he goes down the long back straight, because he's close. He's only half a second off. Oh, and Ryan's next to him.
Yeah, Ryan takes the position back from what I can see. Yes.
Minot around the outside into the braking zone. Ryan brakes well and throws it around the corner. Look at them. They're all next to each other. This is first, second, and third, people. And Nick goes past.
Nick gets it.
What is going on here? Minot must have got a wheel spin or a slide or something, because he just went backwards out of the second last corner.
He ran very wide through the Canada corner.
He might have lifted to prevent a PLP fine there, or off track.
I don't think he would have had to lift, but his line out would have been compromised. He would have lifted to try and avoid running into Nick.
Sure, I'm enjoying this, I must say. Sorry for the guys down the grid. Jason doing well, up into 10th.
10th already.
But we're going to stick with this race, because this is where it's all going on right now. And I'll tell you what, this would have been a 6 or 7 car stint if Jason hadn't had his dramas.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I think Minard just capitalized too early. He didn't pull enough distance between himself and Ryan, and that long they call it the carousel, that right-hander, it offers a great opportunity to set in the slipstream, and then when you get to the straight with the kink in you can make an overtake there.
But the car's got a grip through the carousel for you to hang on to the back of that car, and there he's just lost a lot as we watched from the helicopter cam. Did you see that, Sus?
Yes, I saw him going a bit sideways there.
Yeah, exactly. So the tires, I don't know, something's loose. He lost a lot of momentum, then Boerta's gone right past him.
He is staying right behind Boerta though. Gap does look like it's closing in, so he might be able to get alongside him into the next turn.
Wow, he's throwing it down here.
Corner inside. Ooh, Boerta keeps it together nicely, and they're still side by side.
Wow. We're watching from the blimp.
Oh no, he was on the outside there. He had to
back out
to not run wide.
So Boerta takes his normal racing line, and Minard falls in behind him. No, there was a dummy for the pits. Did you see that?
Yes.
So Jacques Boerta did a dive for the pits and then stayed out. That was quite tricky, actually.
It might have been that. It might have been him trying to break the toe.
That was quite clever. Right, Nick Hodgson looking at the back of Skywalker just up the road from these two. They've put out a 2.5 second gap, and Nick has closed up on the back of Ryan. Whew, let's take a breath. Let's capture ourselves here for a second. So 1 and 2 now together, 3 and 4 together. Then we've got a 10-second gap back to Duggan and Briett, LaRue and the rest of the field coming over the start-finish line. Jason Abbs doing 150.9, so the car's running decent pace, and he's in 10th place, but still got a pit, as do all of these guys.
I'm kind of expecting Jason to maybe do a bit of a splash and dash.
But that doesn't make sense. If he got injured, I mean, if he hurt the car, he should have come in earlier than later and rather fixed it.
He's clearly not that hurt if he can still do 150s.
Agreed. I do agree with that. Right, so gap's pretty much static at the moment. Beg your pardon. Philip Minnaar.
Yeah, he's back on the back of
this is it. Half a second and closing.
It's all about being smart where you try and make the overtake.
Yes.
But
yes.
Especially with these long straights, you don't really want to give the other driver the opportunity to sit in your slipstream there. But it's also really difficult getting into some of these corners and making it cleanly. And that's Nick and Ryan pulling into the pits.
Both of them in at the same time. So Boerta and Minnaar go through. Skywalker and Hodgson in. I'm not going to watch them, but we'll keep our eye on Philip Minnaar as he chases Boerta.
Boerta runs very wide through turn 1.
LaRue into the pits. So Duggan up into 3rd. Skywalker down. Briett goes past, up into 4th.
So LaRue is currently running in 7th position, and he's
in the pits now.
Softs on. So I'm just watching my timing app to see if he's going to come out with mediums or stay with the softs.
Yeah, good one. Mike LaRue currently in the pits now, and Lionel Clue also in the pits. We haven't heard much from him tonight, also on softs. So both him and Mike LaRue. Mike LaRue's out the pits, and it says he's still on softs.
So they're finding a way to make it work.
Well, maybe they can still run when they're red. Maybe they don't go off.
Yeah, but it's such a fine line though. If for me it's not worth the risk. If I do have a spin, it's then really difficult to get going again, because then the tires are just way too hot.
Got you.
They're clearly better drivers than me. That's why they're in Div 1.
Barry Mayer, welcome, buddy. Happy New Year. Glad to see you back. And yeah, will you try and get a grip on what's going on here? Jason Absmeyer in 9th place now, doing really well on his drive back, but a whole bunch of fast, and here they come. So both Philip Minnaar and Boerta come in. Raymond Duggan and Corné Briett. They're coming around the last corner. I've got to just focus on them because they also need to pit still. Are they going through? No, they're not. They both come in. So next up, Skywalker.
And Nick.
And the gap is big. Nick has lost 4 seconds.
Oh, yes.
So Nick lost a lot in that pit stop. He must have run deep or missed his box, but Ryan goes back into the lead now. And where is Nick? There he is. There he comes. As the other guys...
He just passes Minnaar.
Oh, wow. So the dice is on for 3rd place. Ryan's managed to gap everyone by 4 seconds. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, they're all together here, as you can see on the screen. Nick is right in amongst this traffic.
I think that undercut had paid dividends for Ryan. Nick, unfortunately, did not quite capitalize on it.
And Jason Abbs now up into 5th.
Oh, wow. Everybody has gone to pit. I don't think Jason has pitted yet.
No, he hasn't. Jason's going to probably do a really one right at the end kind of thing, so...
What did I say? He's going for a splash and dash.
Do you know something we don't know, Sus?
I don't know anything. I'm just thinking strategically here. Jason is a quick oak, and I'm thinking he's banking on taking the risk and just doing something different compared to everybody else
I like
to try
it.
and put himself in a good position.
I like it.
I mean, he started 4th or 3rd, something like that.
Yeah, 3rd. Went to
and-
last.
And he's now back in 5th.
Yeah.
If he can get a good pit stop, that would leave him with quite a good position, maybe even still a chance to get to a podium.
100%. Minnow looking all at the back of water. It's all going on. Thanks, Barry. Yeah, let's hope this is a slightly better year, although I don't think so, my man. Okay, so we've got 18 minutes left of this race. It's long time past pit stops, bedtime for a lot of people. And Jason needs to pit. So this is going to be the big question. When does he go in, and for how long?
Somebody, Wesley in chat just mentioned
Yes.
pit stops aren't mandatory. So he's actually asking if pits are mandatory. They're not.
They're not.
But a 45-minute race is slightly above what these cars can handle.
Only on this track. Only on this, yeah. Well, on a few tracks, yes. Let's clarify.
On most tracks. So last season we were on, was it Singapore?
Yeah, it was one of the slow street circuits.
It's one of the slow street circuits, and people were actually running the full race without a pit stop there.
Yeah.
But this track requires a lot of long acceleration, which eat through your fuel. So I don't see him going to the end.
No. That's basically it. You're on the loud pedal far longer here, whereas Singapore, it's a start-stop track. You're not on the accelerator for long periods of time, and the cars actually ran economically that you could do 45 minutes on one tank.
Yeah, there's no such thing as an engine map with these cars. It's just that. You can't tweak its fuel usage unless you can control your throttle inputs.
Lionel Clue down in 13th place and having a huge race with Matthew Boy here. Matthew Boy is in the draft and looking to try and come past. Puts 2 wheels on the grass. Oh, hard braking into and he's run deep. Lionel's run deep, and Matthew nails the apex and goes up the inside. Got that one. That was a great pass.
Feels like I'm watching a different race. That was Lionel Clue and Timothy Pillay.
Timothy Pillay. Sorry, not Matthew Boy.
Matthew used to run a black and red livery like that in the previous season, but Point Blank's Racing had rebranded a bit this.
Abs is in. I'm going to go quickly and see.
16 minutes left, so he's likely going for a splash and dash. Oh, he's running slowly.
He's run out. Jason's run out of fuel. He hasn't made it into the pit lane.
He was pushing it just too far.
Oh dear. Sorry, Jason. That strategy didn't work, buddy.
Oh,
damn it.
I was hoping for something spectacular.
We all were. He's got stuck here. He's not. Yeah, he's escaped back to pits. So I don't know what happens in that instance, but he's basically run out of fuel.
Saw Timothy Pillay falling back quite a few positions. He might have made a mistake, which allowed Matthew Boy and Ryan de Azevedo to get past into 12th and 13th. Okay, so that's Jason Absmeyer falling back now. Yeah, he has to wait now.
He's got a 1 minute something or a 2 minute penalty for the escape to pits, doesn't he? So that's put paid to this race. He's rolling again, but he's going to come out probably 21st according to the timing screen. Fixed car, full tank, and he's going to blitz it for a few laps. So he can use this as his throwaway race.
Yeah.
But great to see him back on track, and a great effort at a 4th place qualifier or 3rd place quali.
Yeah, I'm sure he's gutted with what happened, but that's racing. It's taking the risks and seeing if you can get away with it. Yeah,
exactly. And good for him for trying at least. So I'm sure there's going to be some very interesting races based on just seeing who's at the top of the grids here. There's a whole bunch of new names, and it's going to provide some very mega exciting racing for the whole season.
Yeah, and there's quite a selection of tracks. I haven't quite looked at all of them yet, or actually driven on all of them yet, but I do know Road Atlanta is coming up, which is one. It's an interesting track. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to.
The next race is an interesting one. It's called Biker Niki in Latvia. It's a high-speed ring type layout. I've never seen it before, so that's going to be interesting. Round 3, Monte Carlo. Round 4, Road Atlanta. This is Road America. So Road Atlanta, we raced the GT3 cars there, if you recall. Round 5, Mossport in Ontario, Canada. And round 6, Virginia International Raceway. So, complete different selection of tracks for this season.
Yes, it's going to. I think those are maybe popular tracks for the IndyCar racing as well.
Yes, exactly.
So it's bringing a different spin to.
Yep. The F3s that could be taken as Indy Lights or that kind of a series.
Yes.
Right, so Minno's not giving up here with 13 minutes to go. He's 6/10 off the back of Jacques Buerta.
In 14th position, Van Niekerk is right on the back of Pelé. He's sitting in the slipstream. Did gain a bit of time out of turn 3 or turn 2.
Yep, doing a dummy, and Pelé's brake late, watching his mirrors, and that's allowed him to go.
Oh, that was an unsafe. But he might have spun a bit. I didn't quite see what happened there.
I've done a replay of that. We're going to just see if we can go back and watch that replay quickly. Now, as they come down into turn 5, Van Niekerk goes up the inside. Yeah, I think he got 2 wheels on the grass and it just veered him across Pelé. Anyway, he's got it sorted out and going again. Right, Minnow, 3/10 now. It's closing in. Jacques Buerta is sweating. Trust me, he's under pressure here.
Yeah, it's allowed Ryan to.
Gosh, hard on the brakes.
My heart can't take
no, me
this.
too. That is close.
But these Oaks know the dimensions of their car. Philip really did well to keep his nose away from the rear.
He did. He's braking on his markers, really. A lot of trust going on, yeah. A man Skywalker's out 5 seconds up the road, so unless he falls off, he's got this first one wrapped up. Minnow runs a little bit wide around the carousel, and Buerta's zigzagging to try and drop the the toe.
But it didn't work.
It didn't work.
Is closing that gap, and he's closing it quickly.
If Minnow can hang in here now for the last 3 corners onto the start-finish straight, he'll have this position for turn 1.
Yes. Oh, but it's so tough going through Canada corner with the lack of downforce.
You know what else you've got to take into account, Sus, is the PLP system. These guys are trying to push as hard as they can as we see them zigzagging to break the toe. But they can't overdrive the cars and then run risk of going out of bounds and off track limits.
Yeah, and that you can get a penalty even though you might not want it happening. I saw on a race this weekend where a game was handing out a penalty because somebody had spun and they went across a chicane, so the game registered that as a massive cut, even though they weren't in control of their car.
Exactly. I had to. That happened to me actually. I unfortunately got to drive through, but in the same endurance race, I had to dodge a GT4 collision, and I crawled through the chicane, and they gave me I didn't gain at all, and they gave me the penalty because I shortcutted the chicane. So it is what it is. It was all good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Right, 10 minutes to go here. Philip Minnow's working out all kinds of ways to get onto the back of Jacques Buerta. Further back here, Raymond Duggan in 7th place. Looking at the back of Corne Briet, and these guys have been hammer and tongs all night as well. Azevedo and Van Niekerk also changing positions, 14th and 15th.
We've unfortunately been following the front runners more, but
we have.
All throughout the field, there's been really close battles.
I normally go and pick up all the dices, but they've been pretty spread out on this track, purely due to the nature of the track. You've got to have a very well set up car to be able to be quick here, and the top guys seem to, show the differential between them and further back down the grid. So the gaps further back are much larger than they are at the front of the grid. Marius Skuman, he's close, 17th place. Looking at the back of Ronald Childs, he's 8 tenths back.
Just not in the slipstream of
No.
Childs there.
Back to Raymond Duggan, who's half a second off the back of Corne Briet. And we're down to 9 minutes left.
That's what? 5 more laps to go about?
150 a lap. Yeah, about 5-6 laps. This race has come and gone in a blink of an eye.
Even though these races are so short, for that time that you're in the
Yeah, it's
in
excellent.
the sim, it's excellent racing.
Yeah.
Your heart is pounding.
It is. It's a good workout. Must be. These guys they must be sweating, because the top 4 or 5 tonight, and possibly it should have been more if Jason got his start sorted. These guys, all 5, 6 of them would have been sweating bullets.
Ooh, I do see Buerta closing the gap on Skywalker. He must have made a slight mistake, because Minnar is still on the back of Buerta as well.
Yeah, 0.4 of a second. Ryan Skywalker's managing.
Yeah, he's just managing. But I think Buerta was trailing by 5 seconds on Skywalker, so maybe Skywalker is letting up, relaxing a bit, just getting the last few laps in.
Yep. A little bit of time management. He's just going to watch that gap and just keep it at a manageable distance.
If he drives half a second slower each lap, he'll have it covered for the rest of the race.
Gideon Renner, we've got Josh Kotz on YouTube shouting for Renner, who is here in 17th place.
I must say the BWR liveries are looking really nice and crisp.
Yeah, but especially the yellow car.
Yeah.
Because I'm just a fan of yellow, if you didn't know by now. So, Gideon going in 17th place. Skuman just ahead of him, 3 tenths back off the back of Ronald Childs.
He's been... Oh no, as I switch to him, he spins out.
Who?
Mario Skuman. Well, not spins out, he gets a bit sideways, and that grew the gap to about 2 seconds to Childs.
6 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Back to Minnar. He's 6 tenths off the back of Buerta, who is 3.5 seconds off the back of Skywalker, with Nick Hodson in 4th place. What is... Nick is dealing with a lapped car that he's trying to get by here. I think this is...
Oh, yeah, that's Timothy Pillay.
Pillay. Oops,
goes
Nick.
over the bump there.
Yeah, he got into a bit of problems under braking there.
The wide runoff is really, really appealing, but some parts of this track is really bumpy as well.
I remember that with the GT3 cars. Barry Mayer, this grid looks backwards. That's pretty, that could be an accurate assumption at the moment. So, nothing much. Adrian Nell, looking at the back of Matthew Boy. This is 6 tenths. Duggan 9 tenths off the back of Corne Briet, and Minnar a 150.3, Buerta 150.3, Skywalker 150.1. Skuman and Childs change position.
Oh yes.
Childs has
finally got past.
Where is Childs gone? Oh, here he comes under the bridge. He's just driven off the track. He's now back on the track, and here come a bunch of cars. So he had a moment coming out of turn 3, I think. And
I'll say Buerta is now 1.8 seconds behind Skywalker.
Yeah, that's closed up a bit. I think Skywalker had a moment with because they're in the same part of the track. He's in the traffic. Yeah. So
that's the traffic.
Yeah, for just under 5 minutes. And that incident with Ronald Childs has caught Skywalker out. And this gap is, as you say, it's closed up 1.6 seconds, and Minnar 0.5 off the back of Buerta. So And they're all amongst the traffic here, as you can see.
Oh, there is so much traffic around Buerta.
Yeah, we're watching him now. That's Pillay in front of him, correct? Yes?
Yes.
Pillay moves over. Buerta powers around the outside. Oh, and he moves right in front of Minnar.
No, that is very unfortunate.
These are the leaders. You need to be watching your radar there, Mr. Pillay.
I'm sure he was also looking at his mirror and seeing a blue car behind him, so he might have thought...
I think he thought it was the other cars racing back there. So
I've made that mistake myself before. Just go deep and let someone pass and think that you're going to be battling now, only to realize you're battling a front runner.
George, thanks, buddy. Really appreciate it and glad you enjoyed it. Sorry for Jason and his dramas, but yeah, this series should be great. He mentioned at the beginning of the year that you were possibly going to join him, so I'm sorry you aren't, but you and me will catch up for the 12 hours soon, buddy. Okay, 3 minutes almost to go. And these three have spread out again.
It's still quite close.
It is.
I mean, I'm having hopes that we can get something akin to a photo finish at least tonight.
Ooh.
Buerta gets a bad tank slapper there.
Who saw that? Raise your hands. Here comes Minnar. He's right there. Jacques got very sideways out the exit of that corner, and Philip Minnar's caught up.
Philip did look like he just turned in slightly early for this, so he might not have the exit that he needs.
Ooh, Luke was very wide coming out of Carousel there. He came off the grass that I saw. So that gap has closed up from 1.5 down to half a second. Luke was all off the track there. Look at this.
Sure, this is going to be a close last few laps.
What is... I'm saying Luke, I mean Ryan, sorry. God, it's Skywalker, you know what I mean?
It took me a moment to realize what you were talking about.
Jeez, he was all over. He couldn't hold on around the carousel. And when we saw Buerta come round, Ryan was coming off the grass, and that 1.8 seconds has gone away to 0.7 of a second.
I'm wondering if that's just tires becoming slightly hot now.
Well, from here, that's 2 laps to go. And there's a slow marker just ahead of Ryan Skywalker.
Ooh, this is where the race is going to be made.
On board with Jacques Buerta, if you didn't know. You'll see what I mean when the camera on YouTube changes.
Yeah, I'm in suspense here to see what's going to happen. Ooh, Philip almost running into the back of Jacques there. Oh, they're keeping it close to one another still.
This is going to be a mean last lap, I tell you what. Ryan Skywalker, it's his race to lose.
Yeah, and the worst part is he can't even slow down slightly to try and wait the time.
No, well, he can't now.
He has to win it.
He can't now. He could just now, and he was just now, and he made 2 big mistakes, and these guys are here. Now he's piling it on. There's the slow marker. It's just up the road. It's the yellow car.
They're going to catch up on the main straight, I think.
It's Renner in 16th that they're catching, but I don't think they'll catch him in this lap. Ryan had a bad braking there. Look at this. Ryan did not stop there properly, and Buerta's looking for a way past. Ryan is now sweating.
Buerta almost losing it.
Wow.
Sure, but they just keep it together. I do think Philip got the drive here.
Oh, I don't want to even watch the first corner. This is going to be insane, people.
This is what I want in a race.
Last lap.
This is what I want.
This is first, second, and third. Oh, my word.
Buerta taking the
going
lead.
deep. Ryan hangs on to the apex, and everyone goes past him. Ryan goes from first to third.
Now it's all the pressure on Buerta.
Wow. How has Ryan let this slip through his fingers?
I hope that they have enough fuel. Because
Ryan's gone.
Yeah, it's looking like Ryan doesn't have the fuel enough fuel to comfortably finish the lap.
Ryan
He's
has
slowing
run out of
down.
fuel.
Is he stopping? Oh no!
Ryan has
Such a
stopped.
fine margin.
Wow. Let's stick here with Jacques Buerta because Minno's not giving up. Ryan's gone back to pits. Ryan just threw this race away because he was too light on fuel. Minno.
That might be why he lost a bit of time. He was trying to do some fuel management.
He was trying to fuel manage. He was lifting. So that promotes Nick Hodgson up into third place.
Minnar might be within the slipstream range here, but it doesn't look like he's got it quite hooked up.
I hope these guys have got their calculations right. I cannot believe Ryan would make that kind of a mistake. But that's exactly it. He was fuel saving for the last 2 or 3 laps. That's why they caught him so quickly.
And that's something that I've heard people say about AC is it's not that easy to fuel manage because of the way it calculates fuel usage.
Yeah, clearly it's not. Jacques Buerta.
Well done.
Wow. Great
what
drive.
A race.
Jacques Buerta. Philip Minnaar in for second. Nick Hodgson coming up the start-finish straight now and into third place. I really feel for Ryan Skywalker, I must say.
Yeah, that was so painful to watch.
Sure. Ruben Kruger comes over the line for fourth. I'm gonna watch everyone finish. You just keep an eye on that channel for an interview.
I'll do that.
Corne Breed comes over. Raymond Duggan in sixth. Mike LaRue.
Ryan is having a tough time going around the track, and he's just disconnected.
Oh, shame. I don't blame him. Right, Lionel Clue right down at the bottom of the track coming now onto the start-finish line, and he's coming over for 7th. Lawrence Stern is in 8th behind him.
Do see Jacques Buerta just disconnected, so he'll hopefully be in the booth with us in a bit.
Lionel Clue, 6th. Lawrence Sterner coming up the hill for Odin Racing. Good drive there. Adrian Null from SimRace Africa, awesome liveried car, and he gets 8th place. Matthew Boy 9th. Hein van Niekerk still coming for Team LLC. Marius Skuman and Gideon Renner in 10th place by the looks of things.
Okay, I do see Mr. Jock is waiting for us.
Okay, let's I'm gonna
bring him over.
Do that.
Mr. Jock Buerta, how are you, sir?
How did you?
That's today.
How was that for a race end, man?
Oh, that was hectic. Never worked so hard.
Tell me what were you what were you expecting Ryan to do there? Did you notice that he pulled a large gap and then it quickly grew closer and closer?
Yeah, I had some at the start. The guy in front of me didn't get away, so I bumped him. So I had a lot of front wing damage.
Okay.
And in the pit, so I needed to repair it. That cost me extra second or two. But then I saw he was about 5 in front of me, so I just started pushing.
Okay. Yeah. No. He eventually ran out of fuel, so that was quite the dice at the end. Yeah. Just as you and Philip Minnaar passed him.
Yeah.
Yes.
He ran out of fuel. That was.
Yes, that's bad.
Cutting it so closely.
Yeah.
Otherwise, how are you feeling?
Yeah, sweaty.
I'm sure you must be wet, buddy. That you haven't had a race like this for a long time, and if Jason Abs didn't get a bad pull off, who I think he had the collision with, and Ryan didn't run out of fuel, this would have been a 6, possibly 7 car dice for first place. You know that?
Yeah, probably.
Wow. So it was an awesome start to the season. 75 people live watching on YouTube, so it was a huge festival of racing, and congrats on the win, man.
Okay, thanks, appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks for coming in and having a chat with us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Cheers, Jock.
Sure. Thanks, Jacques. Sus, I'm hammered. That was heavy, buddy.
That was heavy, but that was so fun.
It was, man.
I'm
Jeepers.
giddy to see what Div 2 holds on Wednesday evening.
Yeah. So for everybody who's going to be running on Wednesday, looking forward to that race, and looking forward to the whole of the F3 season going forward for Division 1. Everybody can now see how important HLQ is, because
Yes.
there's a bunch and a half of new people here, and they're all quick. They're all good quality drivers. It's incredible.
Yes. Oh, and we're actually enough drivers that we have 3 divisions. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna quickly punt this. If you're keen on joining, go to simracesa.co.za, find the sign up form there, submit it, and you might be lucky enough to still get in on the action on Wednesday evening.
Yeah, please do. There's the website on the screen. Feel free to come and join us. There's a submission form you've got to fill in. Really, you can race F3s, you can race rally cars, you can race British touring cars, you can race the legendary GT3 cars for Assetto Corsa. This is the place to be. So feel free to join us. And yep, looking forward to Division 3 on Wednesday night.
Yes.
Good luck for that, Sass. I wish you all the best. I'm going to be sitting here with my fan on, sipping on something cool.
Well, I'll be the one sweating then. Maybe having all of the fans blowing on me while I'm driving.
Good thing. All right, buddy. I'm going to say from my side, it's been great fun. Thanks to everybody on YouTube. I'm not going to go through everyone's names, but John Wick's there. Hello, Mr. Wick. George, thanks for being there. Barry and everybody else, thanks, guys. And yep, we'll catch up on Wednesday.
Cheers, everybody.